Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you're all doing well. Sure thing, RDK. We'll take a look at GR30. Hey Ian, how are you? Good morning to you as well. Good morning, Clara. Please check. Yeah, we'll take a look at US30. Good morning, Sharif. Hope you're all doing well. Like always, guys, if you're looking for a broker, I've got IC Markets there with my affiliate link. Feel free to go check that out. And also, if you want to see my trades, you can check out my Telegram channel. I've got a link to that in the chat as well and the description. Post some of my trading setups there throughout the week, so feel free to go and check that out. But yeah, we'll dive deep into the market, see what we've got going today. We'll take a look at GR30, US30, starting off with some indices, interesting stuff. Okay, so GR30, still looking bullish for this one. We were analysing this one yesterday. And we did see price kind of reject that area of support at 15, and so far we've just seen the momentum off the back of that, a few wicks to the downside with previous days. Going to the 4H time frame, yeah, GR30 was kind of like a weird one for me because price was trading along this resistance, and I said if we can hold below we could maybe sell off again, but price broke above, retested there, and we've seen some nice bullish continuation. As of right now, coming into this area here, supplies, previous support, resistance, so could see some sellers stepping in here. Again, in terms of risk reward, it might not be the best trade in the world. It is an area where we could look to see some downside. But again, we do have this area just below us. So again, I wouldn't look to buy the pair. I wouldn't look to buy it. We are looking bullish. I probably want to see price break above that first before I look to buy at this area. It would be nice if we can get a break above. Nice break and retest, and we've got a clear range where price could look to fill. You can see we're ranging between these two barriers here, 15,890 and 15,687. Nice support and resistance that if we do break back above a retest, we probably will go and fill the range to the upside there. So that could be a nice buy idea, but as of right now, you can see if I move it out of the way, we're putting 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks into this area, and you can see the wicks collecting over there as well. So clearly the market's struggling to break above this area. So if we can maintain that, we probably will see a move back to retest this area. So if that's sort of move that you're looking for, that move there could be something to look into. If we can break back underneath that, then obviously there's a lot more downside, but we're kind of trapped between two levels that I kind of wouldn't trade in between. I want to see if price can get above that for me, and then we can see the daily momentum push through, intraday momentum push through to the upside, nice retest, and we can go and fill that range back into 5,900 almost. But if we do maintain that, I'm looking for this, and then we'll see what we do on the retest here, whether we go bullish or not. But right now, trading at support, resistance, supply, an area where sellers will definitely be stepping in. So buys are not the case. But if you can break above, looking at that level up there, if not, coming into that support. So yeah, do with that what you will. I hope that's helpful. But I'm not really liking where price is trading at the moment. Sure, take a look at US 30. Some strength coming here, even yeah, potentially. We might see some dollar strength coming in. I mean, I'm looking to see if pound USD and euro USD could take a little bit of a breather. We'll get into them in a second. US 30 looking quite bullish here as well. Nice rejection of that 34 level there, which price keeps wicking into on the daily chart. We saw numerous wicks build up there over the past few days, and so far we're flying to the upside. So it does look like we're heading into this area where we wick there on the daily, which is 35,800. So that's what I believe probably US 30 is headed into. We're coming to some resistance around here, but I'll probably have my main focus around this region here for US 30, because there could be some nice sales coming back down. Yesterday I was talking about this level here because we broke above 34,800, had a slight retest for that wicks on the lower time frames, but we never came back down to retest and continue. So there could, there is a lot of room to the downside. Well, our main focus would be this area for some shorts. It's looking quite bullish now. We're still seeing that upside momentum, pick up through. We do have some resistance here, but this here is the main daily region I'll be focused on, which is 35,650, and then we could see some nice sales to come back down again. But yeah, from a high time perspective, we've rejected that, so we could work our way a little bit higher, maybe 36,200, maybe even highs to be honest, before we start to see some major downside. But I'll be looking to see how price reacts with that. Could be some nice sales back down again, depending how long you're going to hold the trade for. But there could be some nice sales coming up. Right now we're looking very, very bullish, and I'll probably expect price to push higher. We do have some resistance here, some supply on the left. Might cause some struggle, but I'd personally want price to get here before I do look to sell the pair. So yeah, I hope that helped. But we'll keep an eye on it. Euro USD and pound USD still looking quite bullish here. We did have some actual euro news that came out at 10, I believe. Can't remember what exactly was, but euro has spiked higher. I think it's off the back of that news. Nothing too major, but euro is seeing some strength right now. We're coming to an area of resistance here at 128. Actually, no, past that a little bit. Actually, no, we'll call it 1.12800. That was that support that was initially looking to break when the interest rates came out. Now price is coming into that. So if price actually continues higher, which it well could do, we could actually see a lot more upside. I was saying for the DXY that potentially we could see price come into this area here before we do see some strength in the dollar again, which is 95,800. So this area here where we put all those wicks where we were ranging, dip below, straight back above, so almost like a false break of that support. So I'm seeing if the dollar can find some strength here to push back up again, which on the flip side for euro would obviously be this area here with all those wicks. If we can push into, what's that, 1.13500, around there, where we last saw those bullish candles on the daily, then we dumped. From here there could be some nice sells, maybe we could fall over again. We'll have to obviously judge price action if we can get there, but so far looking bullish. It's broke through quite a lot of levels here. We obviously had that swing low, price has broken through that quite easily. We had this support here as well, price has broken through that quite easily, and now we're coming into this level, which does look like price, is trying to actually break through this. Well, arguably it has broken through this. So euro USD is looking very, very bullish. Dollar's clearly very, very weak right now. Pretty much if you look at every other USD pair, it's pushing up, apart from like USDJPY of course, which is moving down. So I'm looking to see what Euro USD can do around this area. I think there could be some nice shorts, whether it be just some retracement or Euro USD getting ready to drop again. I do think shorts will be looking good here. So now that we've shown that bullish momentum breaking above that level, I think this is the next area where I'm looking to get those shorts in for euro, but looking extremely bullish right now. Wouldn't try and touch it. Pound USD also looking quite bullish as well, not as bullish as euro, but it's respecting that level quite well, which I highlighted on my weekly analysis, which is 1.335, which is that support. I said if we can respect this, I'm looking for moving to this area, but you can see we just about closed above on the daily chart. Again, not the most convincing close, but it is a close above, so it is an indication that we're seeing momentum pick up. Yeah, I'm on GU right now, so let me know what time frames you guys are working on as well, if you're working on the lower, so I can take a look at it. But yeah, so GU on the daily looking very, very bullish here. We're actually breaking through 1.35, so if that momentum sustains, we could be looking around the 1.36 region. This could potentially be a high low to go bullish. We'll have to find out later on, but right now price is looking bullish, so I'm looking at 1.36 if we can sustain that. If we dip back below, then the shorts are on for me right back down to these lows. So if GU does come back down, I'm definitely going to look to get into some retracement on the lower time frames of that hourly and take that lower. But yeah, right now GU Euro USD looking very, very strong, and off the back of that dollar weakness. So yeah, I would hold off for shorts for now. Personally, for me, I'll just be on the sidelines really, looking to see what happens. It's breaking through the level that I was expecting potential shorts to come from. We've actually broken straight through that. So we're obviously showing a lot of bullish intent here. So maybe 1.36 price could be heading up to before we do see that dump next. But we are looking extremely bullish. Interest rate decision tomorrow on GU. Okay, that could be interesting then, if we do get the interest rates there on GU. But again, for me, I'm mainly focused on what the dollar does. I do understand that obviously if the pound is reacting strong to the interest rates, then obviously pound USD will go up. But my main focus is to see what the dollar does, because if the dollar's going to reverse and start going bullish again, even if the pound is very, very strong, I think eventually it will come back down bearish, and copy what the dollar's doing. So I'm going to be mainly having my focus on the dollar. It's coming into the region, the daily region now. Well, not now, but not too far away. So I am going to be keeping a close eye to see what it does, because obviously this is a very, very aggressive dump here after a very aggressive push. So pretty much eradicated all that price action in a couple of days. So we'll see what price does at this support. Obviously a lot of wicks collected at that area, so if we start putting wicks again, that's a good indication that the dollar is about to find some strength. But so far right now we're just bleeding. What I think about AUD/USD, we'll get into that. Hey Karen, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Any pairs you're looking at? Okay, so yeah, AUD/USD doing the exact same thing as well, looking extremely bullish. We have price coming to that prior low, wicked below just about, as you can see there, making it a bit clearer, and then after that we're seeing a lot of strength. So for me, AUD/USD, I was going to pay attention to what happens after this area, because if we do respect that, I was anticipating AU coming back down, but now it looks like AU is actually trying to climb back above 0.71. So yeah, this is showing a lot of bullish behavior for AU. I think AU across the board right now is quite strong as well, pretty much against every pair. CAD, CHF, JPY, I'm pretty sure is bullish across every pair. So AU right now is looking very, very bullish. If we can maintain and break back above this support, then for me there's a lot more upside on this one. Again, I'm not going to try and jump into buys or sells right now, because the main move was back down here. So we've seen this very, very impulsive move. So I want to see a price will either pull back and form a higher low somewhere, could be a nice place to get into some buys, or does it form another low high and roll over. The main area to see what happens is this area here, where we've got that price swing high, that resistance supply. We dumped the downside from 0.71600, and it does look like that's where price is headed. So that's going to be my main focus, to see what AU does, because if it does break through that even, then we're probably going to form a higher low to push on further. If we can respect that, could be some nice sales back down, and then maybe back down if you can get back below. So yeah, I'm not too focused on this one. It's not really an area of interest for me. Here is definitely where interesting things could happen for AU, whether we continue that bullish momentum or we die out. But if we can pull back, could be some nice sells from that, and then maybe buys back up at 0.71. Cheers, goodie, much appreciated, man, much appreciated. What is the best way to identify a trend developing within charts? Just by looking at candlesticks solely. The best way to do that, I find, is looking at the high time frames, like the daily, because essentially the candlesticks are like a trend in itself. Because if you look at the bigger picture, you've obviously got the high, not high, sorry, you've got the low, high, low, high, low, high, low. So you can identify the structural highs and lows if you zoom out. But looking at the candlesticks, the candlesticks have their own highs and lows as well. So if you just look at this section of the market here, you've got this bearish candle there forming that low, then you've got the push up, back up, forming that high, then you've got the push forming the low, pull back, forming a new low, new high, new low, new high, new low. So the highs and lows of the candles are also structural highs and structural lows on the lower time frames. So if you're seeing the market start doing this, so bearish candle, bullish candle, pull back, and then we break through, come back, retest, this is all structure as well, but on the lower time frames. So if you're just seeing candles like this, putting the low, the pull back into the high, retesting the previous low, push again, retest, these are all areas to sell from on the lower time frames, and this gives you the trend developing on or a bearish trend. Of course, here you can see the bullish trend with all those dojis, the pushback, the wicks to the downside, and then when we break through structure, which was this prior swing low over here, you can see we broke through that candlestick low, came back to retest it as resistance, and that could be a nice area to sell from on the lower time frames to anticipate the trend reversal and a bearish trend developing there. Same way if we started to go bullish here, we would like to see a bullish candle close back above this, come back and retest, and then we can see a reversal with the candlesticks. So I do look at a lot of candlesticks and the way they move, because it gives good areas to get involved in for the lower time frame, especially on the daily as well. But yeah, there's two types of kind of structure to look at: the higher time frame, zoom out structure, like the major structure, the lows, the highs, the lows, the highs. Then you've also got the candlestick structure here. Like if you zoom into this, you've got a nice head and shoulders here, with the shoulder there, the head breaking through, come back, retest, and then the continuation. So you mainly want to be looking at the highs and lows of the candles, and also the close, whether it's bullish or bearish. But yeah, I hope that helped. Yeah, just sitting the sell 1.330 pound USD. Let's see if it move around. Yeah, we'll see what pound USD does. Again, I'm not really looking at too much. It's looking very, very bullish right now. Again, I'm not looking to buy the pair right now. If anything, sells would be the best. But I want to see if prices are either going to pull back to form a higher low to push on, because you've actually broken through this prior high here. So that's obviously showing a lot of bullish intent. Of course, my main focus is to see what the DXY will do at that support, but pound right now, pound USD is looking bullish, and euro is looking very, very bullish as well. So yeah, I'm going to be a little bit careful, because obviously don't want to get into the trade too early, but I do think there'll be some good trades developing this week. If not late today, probably tomorrow, there could be some nice sales. No, I do not trade crypto at the moment. Maybe something I might look into in the future, but not at the moment. I don't trade crypto. I can analyze crypto charts. I mean, I've been analyzing Bitcoin for quite a while now. So I've been keeping up to date with all the moves for Bitcoin. But yeah, I don't actually trade it. Just sticking to Forex and plus gold at the moment. Hey MJ, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Could you please look at your JPY? Sure thing, we'll take a look. How do you deal with back-to-back losses? Do you lower your lot size or take a break from trading? Yeah, losses, well, especially back-to-back losses, you probably want to take a break from trading, because I find even when you lower your lot size, normally you're just revenge trading at the end of the day, really. So yeah, you lower your lot size, you don't lose as much money, but you're still probably going to lose money if you're in that state of mind. So the best thing to do is, if you're in a string of losses, the best way is to cut the string, and to cut the string is just not to trade at all. Take at least a day off the markets, come back refreshed, and remind yourself of the long-term picture, and kind of forget about the losing streak. Obviously learn the lessons from the losing streak, but kind of forget about it. But yeah, you definitely want to be taking a break. You don't want to be keep going at it, because yeah, you're not really trading, you're just trying to break the losing streak or make back what you lost. Normally for me, if I do take a loss, I normally wait till the next day to take a trade. Haven't been sticking to that so much recently, but 6 months ago, yeah, if I took a loss, I'd normally wait till the next day. Hey Weedy, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we'll get to pound JPY as well. Hey Isaac, how are you doing? Hey King City, welcome to the stream. Love to see you all here. But yeah, Euro JPY looking fairly interesting. Again, we have found support around 128,500, we'll say, on the daily chart. Big strong bullish candle there on the daily. So things are looking interesting. I was expecting price to come into 128, which was this support here. We still potentially could do that, but obviously it's not looking too good to come into that support. But I was looking for price to come back into these lows. Just about missed it, and it does look like price is starting to find this kind of bowl shape here, gone from making lower lows with those wicks to higher lows. So it does look like the bulls are starting to take control of Euro JPY again, and we might see a push up maybe into something like here, and then we'll see what type of price action we get. We might fall over or continue. But yeah, Euro JPY for me is not looking too good for sales at all. The way price is moving, it's collecting a nice pool of wicks there, as you can see with all those wicks. We dipped below and then we wicked into again. So it's not looking too good for Euro JPY. If anything, we could actually push higher. You can see the high lows with those wicks there. It's showing a lot of bullish momentum. It's starting to creep back into the market. We do have this kind of resistance here, which is probably what's stopping Euro JPY taking off at, 129,250. So you can see the resistance here, which started that move. Price is trying to break through that high. So we could actually roll over if price respects that, but I probably would stay away from Euro JPY. Probably wait for it to confirm, break above, come back and get some buys in, something like that. Or if we do respect that area, I'll probably be looking for a lower high somewhere excuse me, to get into some shorts back into the lows. So we're kind of in like an iffy area where if it was me looking to trade it, I'll probably just wait for something more to happen really. It's at resistance right now, but I just wouldn't sell from that resistance the way price is moving, and I wouldn't buy it either because obviously we're trading at that resistance. So yeah, if we can break back above another high low somewhere, that'd be great, and then can get continuation, or maybe if you can get back below something like that, a lower high, that could be a nice place to short, because all of this is just a little bit messy on Euro JPY, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, it's not looking the best. We'll get on to pound JPY now. What's the best time frame to look for intraday signal? Well, that's all subjective really. I mean, I'm quite a big fan of the hourly time frame, the speed of it and the way the moves. I do like the hourly, but then you could probably maximize your risk reward by dropping to the 30 or the 15 minute. I think any lower, you're looking at kind of intraday, any lower than the 15 minute. So I would say look at the 15, 30 or hourly. Again, my preference is hourly chart. I feel like 15 is just a little bit too quick for me. 30 minutes not bad, obviously just a little bit slower than the 15 minute, but for me hourlies I really like. But yeah, it's pretty much preference, but I think any lower than 15 you're kind of looking for almost scalps really. Pound JPY, we'll get into that. Okay, so pound JPY looking a little bit bullish as well. Again, it's very corrective. You know, if you've been to my stream before, you know that I do not like corrective price action or trading it. I'd rather price breakout, give us a more stronger indication of where it wants to go next. Make my voice. There's someone in the back of my throat. Okay, so very corrective here. It does look like price is starting to find resistance around the 155 to 200 area. I was looking for price to get into here. Nice support down the left, term resistance, which price has kind of just missed. So I'm not really looking to get involved in pound JPY unless we see a bearish move breaking out of this kind of channel here. So unless we see something like that, and then my eyes will light up, or if we move into this area, then I'll start looking to see if we can get some shorts, break above this level 155 500, then I think we can probably go a lot further. But yeah, I want to see price give me that push first, because I think selling this is just far too difficult. You know, you're up against a lot of support, a lot of areas where buyers can come up against you, and if we can break through that, we might potentially miss the move. But if we can get retracement, you get a really high probable trade there to short it back to lows. And again, pound JPY, there's a lot of pips in this one. You know, you're looking at 150 plus there if we can get a good retracement. But 155 500, where all these wickets collected that support, which we broke through and never came back for a retest, if we can move into that, I'll look to see what the market can do. Could get some nice shorts from there. But yeah, if not, and we decide to fall from where we are, I want to see price break through that trend line, give me a lower high somewhere, and then get some shorts. And yeah, that'll be a much healthier trade to look at. Had my first 50 lot on Euro Pound. Long was a bit nervous, but a clear down. Nice. You looking to what? Buy, sell Euro Pound? No, Lang, you meant long, my bad. Your autocorrect be messing you up a little bit, King C. Oh, okay, Euro Pound is pushing. I was looking at this one yesterday, but I didn't decide to get involved because I didn't have my 2 trades at break even yet, so I didn't want to have another third position on. But Euro Pound is looking very good. 50 lot, that should be nice and healthy. Where's your target? You looking to swing this one all the way back to highs? Because that could be a very healthy trade with the profit. But yeah, I said if we can see price reject that support, this is where I'm expecting price to come into the highs of the range. But yeah, it's looking good. Nice push up. I think because we just had some Euro news at 10 a.m. GMT. Looks like euro is reacting positively to that, and now we're seeing a bit of a push there. So we'll see what price can do here. But yeah, it's looking like a good trade. Nice double bottom forming at the bottom. So if we can clear out this high here, I'm expecting price to push into here. So there could still be more entries to actually scale in on the retest of that. But yeah, euro pound looking good. Yeah, and euro is just quite strong right now. Yeah, swing back to like nice. Well, hopefully there's more 50 lot trades to come. But yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on this one. I mean, CAD JPY managed to get that one to break even now. It's coming to hit my first take profit area, which is this support along here, which is just came into now. So I've managed to move my stop loss to break even and secure some profit on that one. So that one's looking good, but I'm looking at this one going a lot further. The only thing about CAD JPY is because price has respected this support so many times now. You can see 1, 2, 3 times. If CAD JPY wants to go bullish and push higher back into 91,500 and some of those areas up there back to highs, I think this is the level that's going to do it. 9100, we'll say, just above 90. So yeah, if the trade's going to fail, I think it's from this level. And this level, I think if it holds and we manage to take out that resistance, I think CAD JPY will go bullish and start to come and attack these areas. So managed to go break even, so risk is off the table. But if we can break through, that's when I think we'll open up the doors to these lows, and price will probably dump a lot further in looking at the daily time frame. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on CAD JPY to see what we do at this level here. But I think if we're going to go bullish, this is the level that's going to do it. But if we can break through, happy days. We could, tank a lot further. CAD CHF, I'm also still in that position as well. I managed to go break even on this one after breaking through this support here, which is now looking like it's holding as resistance. So I managed to go break even on that. But CAD CHF, my analysis for this one has still got a long way to go. I'm looking at 0.71 all the way down there. So, about 200 pips to the downside. So it's got a fair amount to go. It's done about 50 odd pips right now. So I'm looking at 200 down there. Again, a little bit more of a, well, definitely is a swing trade, but we'll see if we can break through some of these levels. Again, I do have some take profit levels. We've got a trend line here, which I've noticed. So hopefully price can break through that. I'm still looking at price getting into this low. So we'll see how CAD CHF and CAD JPY gets on. I don't normally get into two pairs at the same time that both have the same currency. But CAD JPY just looked very good. So that's why I got involved. But we'll see how this one gets on. Entry 0.83187. We'll take a look. Yeah, euro pound is at a very strong level. I've been looking at euro pound for quite a while now, because we're coming into this area here, as you can see, just above 0.83, where price has been collecting a lot of wicks here, and obviously massive moves from this area. So naturally this can be a great area to buy from. And again, we've been very corrective in our attempt to come and break this level. So, we could actually see price come back to the highs of this channel here. If we can successfully bounce from this level, we could actually see price back into that channel there. Obviously, this is the weekly time frame, so it's quite a big move for euro pound, but that is potentially on the cards if we can have a good bounce from this level. Yeah, but euro pound is looking good. 0.83187. Nice, got it right in the wicks over here. It's moving quite well. So you would have entered yesterday for that one, coming back into some areas of demand down there. But yeah, I was basically anticipating price putting that double bottom in. So on the wicks here, price has come back in, fade back below this area, which I was looking to buy from, which is around the 0.833 area, and we wicked that 4H, and ever since that wick came in, the news came in, and price is looking very, very healthy. So yeah, hopefully Euro Pound can push on back to those highs, and I'll see what price can do at this resistance here, because if you can break and retest it, fantastic. Could be some nice buys to add to that position. Gold, we did see a little bit of downside for this one. Was a little bit interesting. I was looking for gold to get to 1812. Kind of just missed it. It came into around 1808. Basically coming into this support here on the left and resistance. But I was looking for price to come a little bit higher into here and then roll over. It could still do that. It's still holding support here. Nice wick to the downside of the 4H. We could still push up further there for gold. The dollar is still quite weak right now. Wow, very, very weak. It's dropping quite hard there. So yeah, dollar is still very, very weak right now. So that could still help gold push up a little bit further. And if it does, I'm looking to see what we do at 1812 at that area. And I'll be looking to see if we can get a nice lower high or something to short this one back down, because I'm still fairly confident that we can get gold back into this support here by the end of the week, which is 1784. So I am looking at gold returning back down to here. It could return from where it is now, but looking for one more push up, and then I can see if I can get some shorts back into this level. And then I'll start looking at some of these areas here, 1764, 1760, see what price can do at that area. Still in Euro Pound and Euro CAD buy, now have entered the CAD buy too. Nice GA. Yeah, Euro Pound, just speak on Euro Pound, is looking good. It's holding that support there after that double bottom. So yeah, I think next area obviously will be that resistance there, but the next area I'm really looking at is 0.83680, which is obviously that resistance. And if you can break through that, it's quite likely we can make our ways into those highs there. And Euro CAD, yeah, and I'm back to the list. Take a look at Euro CAD. Euro CAD is also looking quite bullish as well. Again, anticipating that price potentially is forming a bottom here at 1.42. So we're looking at price getting to that level there on the 4H, and they're looking good so far. Remember, we were analysing the market around here. We came back to have a nice break and retest from all those wicks there on the left. Came back, retest, and now we're seeing some nice upside. So EuroCAD looking good till 1.43600. We'll see what price can do there. Maybe we might smash through. We might see a bit downside, to be honest. Maybe a higher low form, and then go and attack again. But yeah, Euro Pound, EuroCAD looking good. Euro is quite strong right now. Euro USD still pushed into the upside. Obviously, dollar weakness helping that one up quite a lot, but Euro is quite strong. And NZD CAD, we'll take a look at NZD CAD. NZD CAD, I've had a bullish price coming into the week for this one. This price is coming to my weekly area of support, which is all the way down here. So I'm looking to see if price can hold this, because we basically held it since 2018. Came back to use that support there, wick below it slightly. That was a false break. I'm looking to see on our first test, since that false break, if we can recover some of that bearish momentum. So very, very key area in the higher time frame for NZD CAD, and it could cause a reversal if we're successful with this bounce. Price has managed to broken out this kind of descending channel here, connecting that trend line there. So we are seeing some bullish intent there from NZD CAD, so we could see some upside. And it looks like price, if I drop to the hourly, is forming a little bit of a double bottom here if I get rid of those trend lines, just to clear things up. So we have formed a bit of a double bottom there. Very, very aggressive move here, and that could be to shake out a lot of people buying into, and also get a lot of people selling it back down, because clearly the trend is still down. A massive bearish candle like that could invite a lot of people to sell, and from that we formed that nice support, and now we're seeing a big push back up, and obviously breaking through that resistance as well. So yeah, NZD CAD looking good. Whereabouts your target? Gia, whereabouts you looking to get this one to? We do have that kind of last kind of major low high at 0.84600. That could be a nice target. Obviously, there's a lot of areas of resistance around here to pay attention to, which could send the market down. But that potentially could be where price is heading to next, 0.846 maybe. But we still do have to appreciate, all that bearish momentum could turn the market bearish again. So obviously need to stay on the ball a little bit and manage that trade closely. But it's looking very, very good right now. Still got potentially another 44 or something pips to go to the upside maybe. Going crazy on the FTM up 25% this month. Get paid 11th. Nice. Oh, is that 25% for January? Because you've done 25% in 2 days. That's crazy. Because it's the 2nd of Feb, but obviously you're talking about January. But nice, 25% is decent. Yeah, I think January's been a good month for me as well. January's been decent. Oh, you're doing a second FTMO account? You have 2 FTMO accounts. Nice. Uh, 0.8585 and 0.85. Okay, so you're looking for a fairly big push there, G. A fairly big push. Okay, so you're looking at price maybe coming to this area here. Wait, 0.8585. Oh, my bad. You're looking at price coming to here. Okay, makes sense then. That price support there, that's a fairly big push. So yeah, you want to be managing that trade closely because it could turn against you at any time really. Because obviously we do have all of that momentum going against you, but it's at a very, very nice area, which I do expect price to go bullish from for entity CAD. But yeah, just be careful because we could be looking all good and then something like that could happen, and the overall momentum from the trend from the higher time frames could take price against you. So just be careful of that. Don't want all your profits to go back against you, but yeah, potentially from a daily point of view, it does look good. That is our price support there. Price broke through. We could see some healthy retracement back into that, probably around 50% of that move anyway. So yeah, looking good. 0.85, 500. I'll watch out for 0.85 and 0.845 as well, psychological levels, where we could see maybe some resistance coming in. Hey William, how are you doing? GU Long's daily chart, bank rates tomorrow though, 25% in the year. That's insane for the month. When I pass second FTM, I'm going to put them as 400. Nice. Yeah, might as well just combine them together to be fair, rather than just trade 2 separate accounts. No point in that. Yeah, we'll get onto gold as well. Yeah, GU's bit interesting because it's rejecting that support, which potentially could push us bullish. And of course, we do have the rates tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to pound off the back of that. But my main focus for pound USD and Euro USD is mainly the DXY to see what this one will do. DXY is coming into this support here, so I'm going to see if price will either hold and go bullish or break through, and that will kind of form my kind of semi-ish long-term bias, probably for the next few days or next couple of weeks or so for the DXY. But pound has come into that support this week, which when I was analysing the weekly analysis for the week, I was saying this support here potentially where price should go bullish, and this is where I was looking for price to go into. But it looks like price is actually breaking through that. So if we can sustain that break and keep that momentum up, potentially pound could actually make its way back to these highs here at 1.37. And this could be price forming a higher low on the daily. But yeah, it's just an interesting one because I want to see what the DXY does, because if the DXY forms a higher low here, I'll be expecting pound to reverse back down. But obviously, we'll see what happens. Maybe pound tomorrow could obviously start flying to the upside. We'll have to see. Or maybe it might come down. No idea. But yeah, one thing is for sure is that pound USD is looking strong, and if it sustains past 1.35, I'm looking at 1.36 next, which is this area around here. See what price does. But yeah, we could be on our way to 1.37. Yeah, I'll go into gold now as well, and I'll check out USD/JPY. Don't you worry. Okay, gold. So yeah, gold looking bullish. Like I said earlier, it's holding that support around 1788, which has been keeping the market moving bullish over the past few days now. You can see we found support there, nice push. Second push there, gave us some new highs, and now we've reacted with that level there again. So we're seeing gold looking a little bit bullish here. Again, we did need to see price kind of recover some of this bearish move there. Massive drop last week, so there's quite a good chance that price will find some type of bullish momentum this week, to retrace that bearish move. I'm personally looking around that 1812 mark to see what gold will do around here, because if we can hold this as resistance, I'm looking for price to roll over again back into the low that we previously formed this week, and if we can break through even further. So gold right now still looking bullish. We did see some retracement overnight during the Asian session, but it looks like we're finding support again. So I'm looking to see what gold can do at 1812, and if you start throwing some wicks into this area, start to reject it, I'm looking at gold coming straight back down into those lows. So yeah, I'm looking for shorts right now. It's looking bullish, so I'm kind of staying away from gold. I'll probably just set an alert here and forget about it really, or see what price does back at these highs with all these wicks. But yeah, I'm semi to long term bearish on gold as things stand, so I'm mainly focused on those sells. 1812 is my next area of interest, so hopefully we can see another push up, and then yeah, I want to set it back down 1788, and then if we can break through that, I'm looking at this double bottom here at 1764. So yeah, that's my thesis for gold. USD/JPY as well, take a look at that. So yeah, USD/JPY looking quite bearish again. We've reacted with that price swing high there on the left. I said in my week analysis as well for this one that if we do hold this, I'm expecting dollar USD/JPY to come right back down into this support. If we broke through, then I was looking for price to come back to those highs there at 116.350. You can clearly see we rejected those with those wicks over Thursday, Friday, Monday, and obviously Tuesday and Wednesday were pushing down. So I'm looking at USD/JPY coming back down to 113.600. We broke back underneath this area here as well, so it's looking quite bearish for this pair. So yeah, if we can keep that going, stay underneath that level, I think 113.600 is where price is going. Maybe even further, depending on what USD does in the next few days. But as of right now, sell bias in this one. I expect price to push further to the downside. I'm the only one seeing a bullish pattern on gold on the day time frame from August to now. Take a look at gold. The thing is, the way I see it, I think, because I'm looking at the higher time frames and all these wicks here, but for me, gold's been putting so many lower highs in, so that's why I'm long-term bearish. You can see all these lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and again recently another lower high. And the characteristic of these lower highs is that when the market does push up, we fall very aggressively. You can see every time we come up, very aggressive fall, very aggressive, very aggressive dump. So for me, I'm expecting that kind of pattern of lower highs to develop. That's why I'm looking at gold coming a lot further. And right now we've had another quite aggressive push, so I'm looking for that next lower high to push on. But yeah, on the daily, I'm not really seeing too much. I kind of got that support there. Yeah, I'm not really seeing too much with this one. I'm looking at price rolling over from the next lower high. Again, I could be wrong. We could go bullish. But yeah, I'll need to see price break above that 18 12 area, 1810 area, and then I'll probably rejudge, reanalyze things. But as of right now, semi-long term, medium term, we'll call it medium term bias. I'm expecting gold to dump again, but obviously I could be wrong. What do you think about pound CHF? Sell bias, thanks again, no problem. Yeah, pound CHF, I was talking about this one yesterday, my weekly analysis, not my weekly analysis, my stream. And yeah, I said I do have a sell bias with this one, but I do want to see price break through this kind of local support here on the 4H, which is this area here. Because the fact that we dumped the downside, obviously broke through that support, and then we recovered, and we actually saw price take out some of these highs. So we're seeing a lot of bullish momentum on that retracement, and it might not be retracement. Price might actually look to reverse. So if price does reverse, I'm expecting this support to hold and us to put in another higher low here to push on and go bullish. So I said yesterday, if we can break through this, that'll be great. And I would expect price to make its way back down to these lows. So that's what I'll be looking for pound CHF, 1.22800. If we hold this, I probably wouldn't buy it either, because I'm looking at the daily time frame and where we are right now. It's very, very key area, critical area of support there. Held market in that range. We broke through, nice retest not too long ago in November. Had a breakout of that, but we snapped back in, so it turned out to be false. And then not too long ago, a couple of days ago, we whipped quite aggressively into this area. So this 1.25 psychological area is a very important area, as you can see off recent price action on the daily. So naturally, I would be expecting price to fall. But pound CHF doesn't really move that well, in my opinion. The way it wicks, it's not always 100%. So that's why I'm probably going to wait for this support to break. If it was any other pair, I'll probably be anticipating the move down already, but I'll probably expect that support to break, and then when it does break, retest, something like that, low highs, something like that, could get into some nice shorts and bring that a lot further down. And then yeah, that support as well, I'll be expecting price to go. If we do push back into here, could look to sell from here. That would be a nice place to sell. Probably get your trade to break even by the time price gets to here. But yeah, I do agree, sell bias in this one. I'm not looking to buy. If we get above 1.25, that's when I'll probably start looking for some bigger buys to the upside. But as of right now, yeah, I'm not really much of a fan. But yeah, sell bias for me. Break below that support, things do get very interesting. And if I measure that in pips, but call it about 155 pip range there. So more than enough pips to catch if we do see that downside move. Euro NZD, we'll take a look at that one. Euro NZD. Okay, so Euro NZD, we came into a nice area of resistance where we found all these wicks here collecting not too long ago. So naturally, I had a sell bias for Euro NZD coming into this area. Obviously, we did see a fairly big dump from that area, formed to new lows, and now we're back up at that area as well. So I'm looking to see if Euro NZD can respect this and see some downside breakthrough. We might see a reversal potentially. We'll have to see how we break and all that stuff, but as of right now, I'm still sell bias on Euro NZD. I wouldn't look to buy it at all, really. Buying into that kind of area doesn't make much sense. So naturally we'll have that sell bias. I'm not really a fan of how it's moving right now. It's fairly corrective, and there's a fair amount of support areas where people can look to find places to buy and take it back up against me. So if I'm going to get involved in sells, I want to see price push back up into this resistance here again, form a double top, lower high, something like that, and then I'll look to sell it back down rather than trying to get involved here, because it's just a little bit flaky in my opinion. But we could be seeing maybe a head and shoulders form, left, head, right, and then the reversal. But yeah, sell bias on Euro, which hit the table. Sell bias on Euro NZD. I want to see price come back into those highs again before I look to sell it. But it's a little bit of a choppy pair, so it's one that you have to manage quite closely in my opinion, because it could just find support out of nowhere, and next couple of hours it's reversed back to your entry price. But yeah, sell buys for this one. As for targets, I'll probably be looking for this resistance here. We broke through that, we could see some retracement back down, kind of 50% of that move. Maybe we might go bullish again, come back down. But yeah, something like that is what I'd be looking for your NZD. Hey, thanks, Chia. Yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, feel free to like it. If you haven't already, subscribe and join the family. Hit the bell if you want as well, so you don't miss out on any streams. I do stream every week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 a.m, 12 p.m. GMT. But yeah, if you are enjoying it, feel free to give it a like. You're holding your, is that your, was it US 30 trade, I believe? It actually could work, to be fair, because the way that price is moving on this one, it's rejected at 34 very, very well, and every time we do see a healthy rejection of this, we do move back to highs. So yeah, we well could do that. If we keep that momentum up. You might see something like this happen at one stage though, maybe a fake lower, another higher low form, and something like that. But yeah, in terms of that rejection, very, very nice. Weekly time frame, really nice hammer stick candle there with that wick to the downside, pull back. So it's looking good, I mean, essentially stay above 34. I would expect price to get back to those highs. But yeah, it is looking very, very good. Momentum is looking good as well. So I'll see what happens at this area, because that could maybe push price back a little bit. Wow, all the indices. Here's 13 NAS, France, Joe. Wow, man's going ham. Yeah, but I mean, looking across the indices, GR30, they're all fairly looking bullish here. I mean, they're starting to come into some areas of resistance where we could see maybe some struggle, but we've all of them have come into some areas of very, very critical support where it's either make or break really for them, especially like GR30. Really strong support here at 15. If price broke through that, we're looking at a much bigger correction, but obviously we respected that. A few wicks into that area, the weekly time frame is looking quite healthy with that wick. So yeah, naturally we'd expect price to recover. We've got some areas marked out. The only thing about this one is that we didn't form a higher high. Every other one we always form higher highs. The last time we bounced from 15, we didn't quite form a higher high. So that's something to pay attention to, because we might form another lower high and then come back again. But generally, this kind of area here is probably a good place to look for profit taking. Obviously, if we just steam to the upside, cool, we'll probably form some higher highs. But at the end of the day, the indices kind of move in sync anyway. So if we do see some higher highs in one of them, maybe you probably could see it in the majority of them. Yeah, I mean, if they do all of this one, I would expect them to probably push to the highs, because they've all come back to good areas. US 100 actually broke through its kind of key support at 14,400, but it's recovered back above. And if you look at the higher time frame on the weekly candle, it actually kind of never broke through, because it actually gave us a wick to the downside and closed as a doji. So that support is actually remaining intact. On the daily time frame, we actually closed below, but that's the benefit of looking at the higher time frames. You get the bigger picture, and it actually just was a wick to the downside. So we're seeing that momentum pick up again. We do have a little bit of support and resistance around here. You can see that's on the daily. So it'd be interesting to see what happens at that level. Again, we might do something like this, higher low, and then push on. But yeah, breakthrough 15,600. Yeah, you probably are looking at highs. So yeah, the indices are definitely recovering after the kind of bloodbath over the past few days. There could be some nice pullbacks coming though, because some of them are coming to some resistance. So if you are looking to get involved in indices, again, I don't really trade it, but if you are, maybe there could be some nice pullbacks coming up to get involved. But yeah, there was a few pairs that I was looking at the start of the week. Some have kind of changed a little bit, so I've took some pairs out my watch list, added a couple in. Okay, yeah, of course. I mean, I'll be expecting the correction to be coming in soon. Yeah, they could still drop, but I think if you can get that high low form, that should potentially cement them coming back to at least come back to test the highs sort of area, because right now it's kind of like a V shape here. We've all dumped the downside, and then we've recovered quite a lot of that move. So either price could stall to roll over and dump, at least back to the same low, or if price starts to do something like this, comes over, starts to fail and form a double bottom, that will really confirm that the bulls will step back in and the market's probably going to continue back to highs. So I think that's the key thing I'll keep an eye out for. Obviously they could just rally on and just fly to the upside, they could do that. But I think that kind of pullback correction, that high and low form, will kind of confirm, if they actually really want to push on or not. But again, I'm pretty sure all your trades are break even, so, and you've probably already secured some profit. So the worst thing that happens is obviously price comes against you, but no risk on the table. But yeah, there probably will be that correction, and that could be a nice place to look to add to your position as well. Still got my eye on USD CAD, but I'm not too sure just because of what the dollar's doing. Rip to the dollar, yeah, dollar's taking a hit. I was not expecting that price to absolutely reverse off the back of those 2 bullish days off the back of the interest rates. Pretty much has been erased. Has been erased. So I'm gonna see what the dollar does, but dollar's not looking too good. It's obviously bleeding right now. It's coming to some areas of support on the higher time frame, so we might just start to see some struggle. Maybe some buys step back in, profit taken from the sells. But yeah, it's not looking good for the DXY. That is still my area of interest for euro up here, 1.134, 1.135, and then maybe some nice sells back down. USD CAD to the moon. Yeah, I'm looking at USD CAD going to the moon, to be honest. I'm looking at USD CAD coming all the way back up into this wick here. Obviously, I'm probably expecting price to go higher, but for trade wise, that's what I'm looking to target into. So I'm still looking at buys for USD CAD. I'm looking at the higher time frames and the way it's moving. I'm expecting another swing to the upside. So right now, I'm anticipating this down move just as retracement. I'm waiting for that next high low. Preferably, I want it to be at this level here. Beggars can't be choosers, but this is kind of the area I'm looking for that high low to form. So I'm still hoping that we could see one more move down. Maybe that dollar weakness can help us out, and then we can get the move. But obviously price can go bullish where we are right now. But I'm looking at USD CAD coming until 129,500 really. So there's a long way to go if that analysis does play out from where price is right now. It's about 270 pips. So again, don't have to take part of the whole move, but I am looking to get long from somewhere here for USD CAD. In USD CAD long, nice. Yes, someone was in USD CAD long as well yesterday in the stream. I said I'm still waiting for price to get here, but all these wicks, it's not looking like price will do that. It does look like price finding some support around here, a little bit sideways. But yeah, I'm still looking to get long, so I'm going to wait till see if price does make that move, or if it does push up. If it does push up, then I'll wait for some retracement to get involved somewhere, and then I'll look to go long, because I've done my analysis on USD CAD and I'm quite confident we'll make the move to the highs. Obviously anything could be wrong, but there's a lot of confluences saying that USD CAD from a technical standpoint it is coming back to the highs. So I'm going to look to try and get involved in this move. I won't get involved here because it's so close to my area of interest, so I'll wait to see if that happens. If it does start push up, then I'll just get involved in the next retracement somewhere. But yeah, do have that bullish bias. Hopefully that can push on. But yeah, CAD is obviously just weaker than the dollar right now. Obviously that's good for me because I'm in 2 CAD pairs. I'm trading CAD CHF right now on the 4H time frame. Hopefully we can get a break of that kind of trend line there. But I'm looking at CAD CHF coming all the way back down to these lows, 0.71. Still got a fair amount to go, and I'm in CAD JPY as well here. Looking for a break of this support. If you can get a break, looking at price coming to the lows here, but I do have some more targets around the 8 to 9 mark of where price could go. So hopefully that CAD could break that support. We'll see how that gets on. Both of them are pretty much swing trades, to be honest. I'm anticipating another lower high form so we can get that done. CAD CHF moving a little bit better, but we'll see how they get on. But yeah, CAD is weak. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what happens time and time again. I've definitely had a lot of mistakes doing that. I've definitely been part of those people that have got killed many times. But yeah, it all comes from the fear of missing out, really, and not a lot of people can control that fear of missing out on a move. So they kind of lose touch of all their analysis, all the work they've done behind the analysis, behind the charts. And if they see just a big push down like what the DXY is doing, 100% people just get involved in the sell here. And just simply the fear of missing out on the move, that they don't even know what's going to happen next. They're just looking for the market to continue to melt. So yeah, if we can hold this in dollar reverse, we should see quite a healthy reverse. But I'm obviously going to see how price reacts with that support. And then if we do reverse, that obviously should help CAD, use the CAD out a lot. And 129,500 is where I'm looking for price to go. USD CAD is respecting 1.26750 for now. 1.27, 115. We'll take a look. They're pretty much just moving sideways right now, but 1.2715. So I'd imagine you're talking about this area around here, which is that resistance of that area there, and obviously holding that support there. So yeah, price is kind of moving sideways. For it to make that mark that it wants to finish with this retracement of that bearish trend, it needs to take out some of those levels, and then that could be a nice place to actually go long actually on the retest of that. But price is definitely finding support here. Again, I was looking for push into here, but we might not get that now, which is cool. If price does push up, I'll look to get involved. I'm ready kind of taking advantage of the CAD weakness anyway, but this is a move that I've been looking at for the past few days now, ever since 1.25 down here. I missed this opportunity because of the news. I didn't enter. Would have been a nice trade, but I just thought it was a little bit too risky. So yeah, I'm still looking at getting involved in this USD CAD trade. If we do get a push up first, I'll look to enter again back down here to take it up. But if we do come here, great. That's what we're looking to get my entries. So yeah, that's my only fear about the dollar, because it could come back into that support and just reverse pretty much. at that support there, which same thing for euro, come up to that resistance reverse. Because I still do have to appreciate of what euro has done over the past few weeks. It's still very, very bearish. And the fact that we've retraced almost all of this bearish candle, coming back into the prior weekly highs, is just naturally going to be a good place to sell at. Because if we can hold that, especially with the bearish trend on our side, we could easily see the market come back down. It might not, fall completely, but it's enough to get a trade to break even or something like that. So that is where I'm going to have my interest in breaks. See if I kind of concentrate into that area. So clearly breaking through 1.12800, as you can see, we smashed through that. I was originally looking to get short around here, but this morning we smashed through. So this is like my next area of interest, and if you can start to see some resistance there, we can get some nice healthy shorts to take this one back down. Pound, I'll probably just leave alone. Pound's got the interest rates coming out tomorrow, so I'm gonna leave euro in pound, alone, and probably focus more on euro. But pretty much they'll probably do the same thing. They're all really banking on what the dollar will do. So yeah, it should be fairly interesting tomorrow. Again, I don't think euro hit there today. If it does hit there today, great. I'll probably just set an alert. So maybe you could get a trade tomorrow, but today I'm not too sure. But the pairs I'm focusing on for the rest of the week, or at least for the rest of the time being, is definitely gold shorts. If that can push up a little bit more, back down to the weekly lows, 1788, 1784. Looking to see if we can get that move. USD CHF, I'm seeing what price will do here, because we could see a nice bounce, push up, and then maybe could sell off again. But if the dollar does find its strength, maybe we could push a lot further. Pound JPY, I'm not really looking at this one anymore, to be honest. It's just too choppy. If it can break through that, then I'll probably look at it a little bit more, or if it can react with that level up there, then maybe I'll see what's happening. But it's just a little bit too corrective for me, and I'm already in a JPY pair as well with CAD JPY. So if the JPY does become strong and the pairs drop, I'll be already in CAD JPY anyway, so no need to get into pound as well. Pound AUD has been a little bit interesting. We've seen quite a strong move to the downside. It's now coming back into this area. So this is the area which I was calling out yesterday, saying if we do hold this, pound AUD could potentially go bullish again, because we've obviously found a lot of resistance around here. We've smashed through that resistance back in August. We came back underneath, started holding, and obviously gave us quite a strong move to the downside. Now we're trading back above that area. So naturally, if we do hold this, I would be expecting price to go back and attack those highs there for pound. Breaks back below, pound AUD, breaks back below, and then things get a little bit more interesting. But you can see we're putting some wicks down the 4H, so it's looking good actually. I'll probably wait for price to make its move first, or wait for the daily candle to close before I entertain any trading decisions. But the analysis stands as if this support holds, expecting price to come back there. When euro move up or down, other pairs such as AUD, pound, and SD will do the opposite. Okay, I did not know that. I know there's strong correlation between euro and pound and AUD and SD, but I did not know that. I use 1 to 500. That's the leverage I use on my account. Euro pound still moving okay. It's holding that support, which is the main thing, so hopefully that can push on further. And then I'll be looking at to see the break and retest there to take advantage of that range. But yeah, still currently just in CAD JPY and CAD CHF. Again, they're both risk free, so they're going to see what happens with them. There's a lot of downside potential. Again, I'm looking about 100 140 pips with CAD JPY, if that will come through, and about 200 with CAD CGF. So pretty much if they both work, I don't really need to enter another trade this week, to be honest, but we'll keep a close eye because USD CAD is looking good. So if I do get something there, I probably will enter anyway. But other than that, not too convinced by any other pair just yet. Obviously, there's a few warming up. See what happens with Euro and Pound tomorrow. Pound CAD did miss this move actually. I was looking to buy Pound CAD and the break and retest of that and kind of dipped below, so I wasn't too sure. It's getting a little bit messy, but prices definitely got back above and pushing up. So Pound CAD could come back to attack these highs here. This could be a high-low forming there. So Pound CAD could be on its way to 1.73. Still room for retracement to come back up, but I think that's what Pound CAD could be heading towards. So yeah, did miss that one there, but again, I'm still in the CAD pair, so pretty much doing the trade anyway, just not against Pound. And every other JPY pair, I'm kind of leave, to be honest. CAD must be very, very weak because I'm looking at the other JPY pairs: Pound JPY, Euro JPY, CGF JPY. They're all seeing a little bit of the upside, whereas CAD JPY is actually managing to kind of push down almost. So CAD is quite weak, which is obviously a good thing for me. Bitcoin hasn't done anything since I last looked here. I was saying yesterday I was looking for Bitcoin to come into this area, which maybe, no, it hasn't, which is 40k. I've been looking for this over the past couple of weeks now, looking for prices to get into that area, find resistance again, supply, and look for the drop. We've wicked the upside a few times. We've come into this area, which potentially we could fall from here. So we don't have to hit 40k per se. We could actually drop here, but it would be nice to see if 40k can get hit, and then we can maybe actually roll over. And like I said yesterday, 30k is what I'm expecting price to push into. So yeah, long term Bitcoin, actually no, I'll say medium term, not long term. Medium term Bitcoin's not looking too good. Obviously very much in a bearish trend right now, and expecting price to continue. Let me actually look for the news that we have this week. Just to see what we have going on. Okay. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, so today we also have some CAD news later coming out, so that should be interesting to see what happens there. So obviously having a couple CAD pairs. Thursday we do have obviously the pound news coming out at 7 AM. Yeah, we'll see what pound does to that. But again, our main focus is on the dollar. Pound can be looking very, very bullish or very bearish, but my main attention will be on what the dollar's going to do. And then obviously Friday we do have NFP, so US dollar will be reacting to that, whether bullish or bearish, don't really care, to be honest. But yeah, NFP on Friday as well. So yeah, it should be a fairly active week. Hopefully you can get a trade in before that. No problem, I'm also happy to help, man. Thank you for turning up on the stream. How much screen? What, do you mean the size of the screen or how many screens? Because it's how many screens, I just use two, this one and that one. So yeah, I just use two. Size, I'm not too sure what the size is, to be honest. I could do an educated guess. Actually, no, I couldn't. I might butcher that. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the size of the screen. I've got a screen probably 4 years ago. So yeah, size of the screen, I'll probably have to look that up again. But if it's how many, yeah, just use 2. And to be fair, you don't really need two screens, to be honest. You could probably just use it with 1. Yeah, so the market's a little bit dry. I mean, dollar's kind of like taking the spotlight a little bit, but it's coming into my area now. So I'm just gonna monitor this really throughout the day. I'm not gonna make probably any trading decisions really, apart from just managing the 2 positions I have on right now. So I'm just gonna see what happens coming into this area. Again, it's a fairly big area. It's a daily area, but if you're going to focus on a specific point, I'll probably say this area of wicks here, around the 95, 900 mark, where price has been collecting, these lows here, coming to that resistance there. So kind of like this region here, if you're going to refine it, but I'm mainly taking into account that massive wick there to the downside. So we'll see what price does at this level here. If it can hold, well, let's go bullish, and that's where we should see potentially USD CAD start to fly. Right now it's kind of just moving sideways, so I'm still hoping we can get that move. Not fast if we don't though. But yeah, dollar's the main focus I'll be looking at, but I don't think I'll be looking to put in any trades unless maybe something happens. But I'm looking across some other pairs, some NZD pairs. I haven't really looked at them. These NZD pairs are looking like they're starting to find some bottoms, but overall a little bit choppy. Again, we've broken through that support there clearly, so I want to see if price does hold that as resistance, because we could actually make our way back down to those lows at 74,500. I wouldn't be surprised if price is gonna make that move. Prior daily support, now time resistance, hold below, we could sell off, get back above, might see a little bit more upside. As the USD, we've seen price dump. This one's really dumped, to be honest. Ever since October, we were at 0.72, now we're at 0.66. So price is really taking a hit for the USD. So we're coming to some support where we've obviously seen some upside. I think as the USD could retrace back into this support here, which is that prior low. We'll see how price can react with that. Compare Euro Pound to Pound USD daily. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Pound USD on the daily, we're pushing up strong. Euro Pound on the daily, not so much. Yeah, what specifically do you want me to compare about it? Because Euro Pound here on the daily time frame, we've obviously seen that bullish engulfing from that, but Pound USD is obviously really pushing up. Euro is pushing up as well. So yeah, I mean, there's not too much similarities. I don't know, what you want me to compare about this, but on the daily chart, I'm just looking at the double bottom there for Euro Pound. That's why I'm expecting quite a lot of upside potential where it is as well in the higher time frames. So if we can make our way through this kind of area, now I'm looking at Euro Pound pushing a lot further. And like I said, on the weekly time frame, there's a lot of room up here where price could look to fill, a big push there. We could look to go and fill that now potentially. So there's a lot of upside for Euro Pound. But yeah, Pound USD also has a lot of upside as well, but I'm mainly focused on the dollar do. hit compare on the top of your trading view. Oh, I've always wondered, what is that? Wait. Okay, so is that euro pound price? Wow, I didn't actually knew that existed. Well, I've never actually clicked that button before. Okay, so obviously I'm seeing pound USD on my screen, but that orange line is clearly euro pound price. I don't know if I need to change my settings in there or anything. But yeah, okay, I said basically was seeing like the opposite move, because they come meet, move away, come and meet, move away. Yeah, it's a little bit jumpy, not gonna lie, I don't like that, but from what I'm seeing is that they kind of like come together and then they move away, come together, move away. But it's a little bit hard to read, I'm not gonna lie. Click on the line, go to settings, okay, settings. Oh, okay, makes sense. Oh, wow. Yeah, they do have some similarities, okay. So prices come here, moved away, you can see the move away there, come closer together, moved away, come closer. Yeah, there is a fair amount of correlation between them two, to be honest. Obviously they came and kissed there, moved away, almost came to kiss. Yeah, pretty much almost inverse of each other, I would say. Not quite though. Yeah, obviously they both have pound in it. To be honest, I've always mainly looked at just that euro to see what euro's doing and kind of combine the two for the correlation. But yeah, they do. You can see they've come, moved away, kissed, moved away. Maybe they're soon to come again, maybe. But yeah, interesting. I never actually clicked that button before. Never knew what it did. Yeah, negative correlation between the two. Yeah, interesting. You learn something new every day. Had no idea. Yeah, so if pound USD is going to be flying up, that's not good for euro pound. Unless obviously euro can maintain some strength. It is quite strong, to be honest. Euro is quite strong, but pound might try and take the win. But to be fair, in terms of like technical analysis, I'm still looking at euro pound pushing up, so we'll see how that gets going. Compare euro USD and pound USD. Yeah, euro USD and pound USD are the ones that I normally do compare. Obviously, they correlate quite well. Yeah, pretty much in sync. You can see, down, up, down, up, down, up. The highs and the lows, the peaks and the troughs kind of are pretty much intertwined. So that's normally why if I'm trading Euro USD, I don't normally trade Pound USD and vice versa, because it's pretty much the same move all the time. Obviously, sometimes the strengths and the weaknesses of Euro Pound will be different. So maybe the speed and the length of the move differs, but looking back, look, you can see that period there. We pretty much did the exact same thing. That both rallied to the upside. So yeah, euro pound very, very closely linked, always have been, always will be. That's why euro pound is sometimes a bit of a dodgy pair to trade, because euro and pound being fairly kind of similar strength. So it does be a little bit corrective sometimes, but obviously when they do get the differences, that's when euro pound picks off. You can see how euro pound's been moving there, very, very messy. But obviously when they do have their differences, you do see quite a big push. Nice. I mean, I do factor in correlation a fair bit into my trading. Like AUD and NZD, very, very correlated. Probably just as correlated as euro and pound together, AU and NZD. Maybe even more, to be honest. AU and NZD pretty much love each other. If you look at AU and NZD, that pair is absolutely, I hate that pair. It's worse than euro pound in my opinion. It does have its moves. You can see it does have its moves, but it's so choppy. Actually, to be fair, it moves a little bit better than euro pound, to be honest. But it's just too choppy. That period there, awful. But again, if I'm trading AUD, I don't trade NZD, and vice versa. Pretty much the same move as well. AUD and NZD both pushing to the upside, but again, pretty much the main focus, AUD, NZD, NZD USD, Euro USD, Pound USD. It's all about what the US dollar is doing at the end of the day, really, for me. So that's why I focus a lot on the dollar, see what it's doing, and normally have a bias coming into the week for the dollar. I pay a lot of attention to the DXY. Helps make my bias, for a lot of these pairs. DXY is still melting as we speak. So yeah, hopefully we can come into this area today, and then we can see what price does from that. But yeah, still very, very weak. Pound JPY on fire. Yeah, pound JPY is still pushing up. Yeah, that's why it's just corrective. It's just moving to the upside, respecting that trend line, the previous lows. So I'm mainly looking at 155.500 to see what price does next at that area, because obviously you can see nice push, consolidation, broke to the downside, a lot of bearish momentum, and now this is the first time we're going to come back up to revisit that area ever since we did break through. So pound JPY is still looking bullish here, not obviously completely, but it is still making those higher highs and those higher lows. So anticipating we could break these highs here, push into 155.500, see what price does there. Maybe some sales. We may break back inside the level. Going to see what happens. See what happens at that area. But yeah, for me, pound JPY still correctively moving up. Pretty much all the JPY pairs are doing that. CAD JPY is kind of trying to do that because CAD's quite weak. And I did say if CAD JPY does go bullish, this is where I'm expecting it to go bullish from. So that's why I've secured some profit and moved my stop loss to break even. Again, I'm still looking for the bigger move, but if it does go bullish, this is where I think it will do that. DXY trade order block, DXY. Yeah, which time frame? My daily 4H. Because on the daily it's coming into this kind of area here, which is basically coming in line with that kind of wick region, which I'm looking at, 95.850 and 95.845, that sort of area. So yeah, again, kind of lines up with that support. If we just reject this general area, I will be looking to see DXY go bullish. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this for the DXY for the rest of the day. Like I said, I'm not really planning to make any moves with this one. The bearish move is clearly over. So I'm not trying to take advantage of the sells, trying to take advantage of the buys if we can hold this. Yes, KJY, what next? Entry. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the stream. Cheers, Felipe. But yeah, CAD JPY, again, I got some sells from when we were reacting with that level over there. This level here, I got a nice sell from there. Again, could have been a better entry, could have entered off that candle there. A little bit more risky, obviously hasn't confirmed bearish momentum or anything, but waited for the candle, was a pretty big candle. But yeah, this is the support where I think potentially we could go bullish from, because you can see previously big push, big push, big push. You know, if this can hold, we could see another big push, and if you can break through that, that's where I think we'll go bullish from. But if you can break through, then I think that the bears have won, and we can see price roll over. So I've got my eye on this. You can see price is already starting to put wicks in, which is not the best sign. But if you're looking to go long CAD JPY, that could be a nice area to go long, to be honest. It's going to go up against me. I'm joking. But yeah, if you're looking to go long CAD JPY, generally that would be an area to do so. If you break through, then yeah, I'm expecting price to come back to those lows and probably further. Hey, appreciate that, King C. I'm not very active on my IG, but I will start being more active now. One of my goals for this year to be a lot more active on my Instagram. Not really an Instagram type of person, but it's a good way to keep in touch with people, especially in trading where it's kind of like you're by yourself. So it's good to have, you know, people to talk to, you know, share information, learn from each other. So I will be getting more active on my Instagram. So yeah, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'll probably have a link to that in the description somewhere. If not, it's just my name, Miko Aodu, FX. But yeah, 15 minutes after the stream, guys. If you look at any pairs, feel free to let me know. Yeah, also I'm in CAD CHF as well, so I've got a ham on the CADs. But yeah, we're at that trend line in the daily time frame, so it's important to see how we get the close in the daily there. But they're both risk free, so I'm not too bothered. Obviously, I want price to drop, but if it does come back up, I'll probably look for re-entries depending on how price is moving. But yeah, I think if we can clear that into there, and then we can follow through, and then I'll start, you know, focusing my attention on USD CAD, looking for those longs, whether it's back at 1.264, which is that support, or higher up. It doesn't matter too much, but I'm still looking for those longs to push on. So yeah, I do have a couple pairs I'm looking at, but mainly just going to be managing my trades for today. I think tomorrow is where things get a little bit more interesting, and I might be a bit more active. And AUD is still quite strong altogether as well. AUD CAD pushed quite aggressively to the upside. King C, you still in your AUD CAD trade? Because we did take those lows out. We pushed into 0.89 almost. I think maybe there's some support around here. No problem, Felipe. In NZD CAD as well, having a slight reaction. Obviously that's because of the CAD weakness. Pound NZD, we've seen price rip to the upside over the past few days. So maybe there could be some nice sells coming up for Pound NZD. I was pointing out this area in my weekly analysis. Again, guys, if you haven't checked that out, feel free to go do so. It's on the channel now. But yeah, I pointed out this area here where we could see some downside for pound NZD. Again, we've been flying over the past few weeks. Naturally, I do think we can take a little bit of a breather now. Whether price reverses or just pulls back a little bit to go and attack it again, we'll find out. But generally, this could be a nice area to short from. From Brazil, nice, wicked. Whereabouts in Brazil are you from? My knowledge of Brazil is not that good, so if it's not like a popular city, I probably wouldn't know. But yeah, I'm interested. Obviously, if you want to tell me, if you don't want to tell me, that's cool. US 30, sure thing. US 30, yeah, US 30 looking good here. Definitely recovered a lot of that bullish momentum. A lot of rejection here at 34. You can see amount of wicks there, and now we're still seeing that continuation. So yesterday for US 30, I believe I was saying I hope you can get a retest of this area here, but you can see prices just pushed on. So clearly the bulls are stepping in very, very strong into this one. So I'm looking next at this kind of area here, 35,700. You can see those wicks down the daily there, 1, 2, before we broke very, very aggressively. So I think because if US 30 wants to get back to highs, I do think we're going to put a higher low in first before we do that. So I think this could be an area where price could see some downside before maybe forming that higher low to go and attack some of the highs up there. So naturally there could be some good sells coming up here. Again, I wouldn't hold on for too long because from what we're seeing from the higher time frames, daily still looking quite strong. And we could, like I said, still pushing a lot higher. So maybe the buys are a bit in a position to focus on a little bit more. But naturally coming to this support here, retesting as resistance for the first time, could give us some nice opportunities to take advantage of, maybe on the hourly time frame. But yeah, personally for me, I'm waiting for price to push down. I say personally, I'm actually going to trade it, but I'm looking to see if price comes down, form a higher low, and that will confirm for me that US 30 and some of the other indices as well will probably go back to highs around 37. So yeah, if we can pull back, yeah, I'm anticipating something like that from here. Obviously we could just break through. If we do that, we'll see what price does on the retest, but I think we can see some downside, high low, and then make our way further to the upside. High, low, high, high, US 30. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the higher low. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the higher low. We have made the higher high, but I'm waiting for price to pull back and make that higher low to push on. Because we could still roll over back down to 34. To be honest, we could still come back down. Price could form a lower high and tank. But if we do form that higher low, that will confirm, yeah, indices are recovering, and we could see another go at highs. But it's a little bit dry right now, do you have to be honest. Arguably we're consolidating a little bit there, so not too much going on right now. Yeah, the other indices are pretty much the same. GER 30 moving sideways, US 100 slightly pushing up. Maybe you might pick up during the New York session. Still got another hour, half an hour before the New York session gets underway. But yeah, that's what I'm favouring for the indices, US 30 anyway, so I hope that analysis helped. Euro JPY looking strong as well. So yeah, Euro JPY looks like it's going to break through this area. Again, we've got those wicks there. We broke through, came up, retested. We're putting these higher lows in. Looks like price has probably found a little bit of a bottom here. We might later come and take that low out, but for now it looks like price has found that bottom. So I'm looking to see if we can get to this area next, where we form that kind of triple top there on the 130 region. Unless we obviously break through the trend line, then that's where I'll probably get back to those sell buys. But looking to see if we can push into 130 there. So any advice to please my wife in bedroom, please? Mate, you're acting a little bit mad. Any advice to please my wife? I don't know, just tell her you love her. I'm not a marriage expert, not a marriage counsellor, so yeah, I'm not the best person to ask about that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream soon, guys. So any last minute pairs, feel free to let me know. Again, I'm still on this CAD, JPY and CAD CHF, but I'll probably just let them play out. If they come back to my entry, they come back, maybe I'll secure some profit. Before that, I have to see how they react to stuff. But I think for any new trades, I'm gonna be focusing on USD CAD. It looks like we might be taking out that support. We've got about 5 minutes or so before that candle closes. So we're looking at 1.26400. That's the support I said at the start of the week. So if you can hit that, that'll be absolutely fantastic. And then longs from there look very, very good. Obviously, we'll judge price action and then looking at that kind of move there, about 300 pips to the upside. So I might look for the whole move, depending, how things are setting up. If it is, that could be a really, really nice swing trade. Maybe take a week or two to play out. Maybe even less, to be fair, if we see dollar really recover and see some strength come back in. But I think this is the move that I'll probably be focusing on for the rest of the week. At the top of the list, obviously I will be looking at other pairs, but USD CAD longs is what I'll be focusing on, and probably maybe Euro USD shorts as well. I'll be focusing on that as well. Pound USD maybe as well. But Euro USD is looking good coming into that area. So 1.13400, because we have tanked and then we've recovered that tank. So we've kind of erased that move. So coming back into that resistance, there's a very, very high chance we'll see price fall over. Whether it's for a continuation or just retrace, there could be some nice shorts there from 1.134. So I'll be looking at that for Euro. USD CAD, I'm looking at those longs. Euro pound, I'm looking to see if we can push a bit higher first, maybe break out this range and then continue back into those highs. So I'll keep an eye on that for Euro pound. But USD CAD, Euro USD, anything else? Yeah, I think they're the top of my watch list really. Got some other pairs I'm looking at, like gold, see if we can roll over, but that's got a bit of work to do. Euro pound still got a lot of work to do, but yeah, USD CAD and Euro USD is what I'm trying to get involved in. And then again, I'll need to rewind to see analysis on GU. I can analyze GU right now if you want, DS, no problem. Still got a few minutes before the stream ends. Hi, what trading technique do you use, like smart money concept or something? No, I don't trade smart money concepts. Pretty much market structure is what I look at probably the most, the highs and lows, multi-time frame analysis, and candlestick patterns. Pretty much combining all of them together pretty much forms my strategy. Support and resistance does play a big factor as well. But yeah, I think multi-time frame analysis, because I don't think there's an actual technique of what it's called, because obviously smart money concepts got its own kind of technique and brand, but for me, I look at market structure, multi-time frame analysis, support resistance and candlestick patterns, and I kind of just combine all of that together to form my strategy. It's nothing like too specific, but it's kind of just building confluence. So I'll call it confluence trading, really. So the trade that has the most confluences are the trades that I want to take, and the tools that I use to develop those confluences are market structure, support and resistance, candlestick patterns, and multi-time frame analysis. Yeah, no, you're joking. Yeah, I'll do pound USD. So yeah, pound USD looking fairly bullish here. we're breaking through 1.35, which is quite interesting. We do have some pound interest rates coming out tomorrow, so not too sure how that will impact the pound, but we could be seeing some volatility, so do watch out for that. But yeah, pound has respected this support here quite well, and I was looking for a push into that, and now we're breaking through that. So I'm looking next at 1.36 for pound, which is around here, coming into those wicks there on the daily. So that was our previous lower high. We've obviously smashed through that. So now I'm looking at the next lower high, which is around this 1.36 area, nice psychological level, and obviously some supply here, which gave us that nice push. So I'm going to see how price reacts with that. If we can come back, respect 1.35, we're going to do something like this, push, pull back, and then maybe go bullish. But like I said, pretty much throughout the whole stream, I'm mainly focused on what the dollar's going to do, and that will take that information into my bias for pound USD, for euro USD, for AD USD, of what I want to do with those pairs, because the dollar has come back into this area here of support. So I'm going to see if the dollar can hold on to this. If it does, now I'm expecting the dollar to regain some strength again, and that will help pound USD come down. And if pound USD does want to come back down to lows, I want pound to break back underneath this. So this is kind of like a false break of that high, come back underneath, form a lower high, and I'll be looking at a push back into these lows here and looking for entries around there. But if that's not the case and price wants to respect this, then we could actually be making our way to 1.37. Again, the interest rates tomorrow might cause a few moves. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for sells, I want to see price get back underneath this, and I'll be looking at that move. But I think now with that momentum and the fact that we broke through 1.35, this is probably where we're coming into. So naturally, 1.36, this kind of area here, could be some nice sells here to take it back down into 1.35 on the probably lower time frames like the hourly. And then I'll be seeing what happens at 1.35. Do we break through or do we hold? And then that will form my bias for the rest of the week. But like I said, DXY, focus on DXY. DXY will tell us if dollar's going to be bullish or weak. And if dollar's going to maintain its weakness, then pound probably will head up to 1.37, those highs. If dollar turns bullish, then pound probably will come back to these lows. So yeah, DXY coming to some support now. See what we get from that. And yeah, again, I will be live again tomorrow, so we'll see how price reacts with this, and then I'll hopefully be able to form, a good bias either to go long or if we're going to break through. Yeah, nice. From the UK, wicked. Do you full-time or... yeah, I trade my own capital, my own personal capital. But yeah, I am full-time. And I stream Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. GMT. And I also do other videos as well and analysis on the weekend. But yeah, guys, it has actually gone 12. So the stream has... ended, but like I said, I will be streaming again tomorrow, so I do hope I see you guys there. If you are enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like, it does help the channel out. Subscribe if you haven't done already, join the family, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams in the future. But like I said, I'm currently in CAD JPY, hopefully looking for a break of this support. I'm already at break even, so it doesn't really matter too much in terms of risk. But obviously that's the trade I'm looking for. Nice support here, which price has respected a few times. So if you can break through, fantastic. I think that will open up the doors back down to these lows and probably further. In CAD CHF, I'm still looking for that move there as well to the downside, all the way back down to these lows here. So still got a long way to go if this wants to play out. We're at that trend line, so it'll be interesting to see what price does here. But yeah, that's the move I'm looking at for CAD. Like I said, usually CAD I'm looking to go long. Hopefully you can revisit that support and attack those highs up there. First target probably will be these highs here. But yeah, I'm looking to go bullish on USD CAD. I'm looking to see if we can get some sells later for Euro USD back down again. Because we've had quite a strong move, so I'm looking to see if we can short that one. but we will see. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out. If I get any trades in the meantime, I'll stick it on my Telegram. So feel free to go and check that out if you want to. Link in the description or in the chat if you scroll to the top. But yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow. So again, stay safe trading, guys. Have a good one. Yeah, I make my money from trading, obviously YouTube as well, but I'm fairly new to YouTube, so that's obviously not really making much income. But yeah, trading is my main income. But yeah, guys, I will be live again tomorrow, so I do hope I see you again tomorrow. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. GMT. And yeah, currently CAD CHF and CAD JPY. If I get anything, I'll post it on my Telegram. But other than that, stay safe and happy trading.